So, welcome back to this channel. I'm glad to have you come again,
Back to
and I'm
gap,
happy to
back
have
to
you.
gap.
But you know what you're going to do? If you have not subscribed, subscribe now
Subscribe now.
and turn on the notification bell.
Wow. Very
Just do that before you watch this video. All right, since you have done that, welcome back.
Why are you laughing at?
Yeah, I'm happy because you have done that.
Okay.
All right, so the pain continued, the health aspect of it continued to a point that you know that if you have any problem with your heart, your liver, it could go down to your kidney.
Yeah.
I remember meeting my friend who is a pharmacist, and he told me, you need to see a doctor. I saw a doctor, and the doctor told me, oh, you need to get some drugs. And I went back to my pharmacist, and he looked at the recommendation, gave me a mild BP management drug. And I took that drug, but there's a feeling that my children.
You started living on drugs.
I started living on drugs for
30s. Oh my gosh.
I took that drug for over a year, and my son in particular. Whenever there's this anger that used to come to me, any small thing would piss me up like this, as in anything. It could be irritation. I could just see they everywhere messed up. You know, you go outside, somebody says something that you don't really like, and you get pissed up. I know at workplace I was just as in boiling. I was carrying down my big hair. People see me. I was fierce. Colleagues were scared of talking to me. Students were looking at me as a very brutal person. But inside of me, I had so much of love and compassion. But my looks, then, I think we need to show them. Okay, I've shown a lot of pictures about the looks. But
they go back to the previous videos.
Yeah, go back to the previous videos. You'll see how my looks were. So that was how I got to a point of just living on drugs. My son, as I said, will sometimes when I'm angry, will say, "Daddy, have you taken your drug?" So he knew it up to the point where he understood my mood and the relationship with the drug. So one day I got up and told myself, I don't want to continue like this. I don't want to be on drugs. I went back to the pharmacy again. He told me that I was asking my doctor friend that if I continue with this drug, how long can I be taking this drug? He said this drug has a lifespan, you know, 15 to 20 years, your system will shut down. You know, so imagine someone who takes such drug at my age, then 30 something, you know, almost 40, and taking it for 20 years. That means barely 60, you're gone, you know. So I was like, no, I can't leave these children, even though nobody knows what happens the next minute, but I can't just know what is not good for me. Looking at kidney failure, looking at prostate issues, and all those liver failure and all those transplants that people talk about, I said, no, I won't do that. So I told the pharmacist, what's the next option? He told me, you need to change your lifestyle. The food you eat, things that get into your system. Man, do you know that all those things, I'm glad that the aftermath, today I no longer take those drugs again.
And I'll show you guys pictures where he's there working out. He was wearing the red shirt. Oh my gosh, he started working out.
Yeah, that picture, that was a body hug.
Yeah.
You understand? Then that cloth, when I bought it, my tummy was big, but I started working out and I could wear the hug.
I'm telling you. And thank God today he's not living with those drugs again.
Yeah.
We have actually found natural means of managing that BP
Come
thing.
on.
Actually,
so
I think in the next episode we'll have to tell them how
the kind
we
of
discovered
things
the natural things
them.
we discovered and applied that helped with his health. Because I took it as a personal project. When I was getting married to him, I knew that by the time we get married and I move to stay in his house, this is my first assignment. I told him that, he was laughing, but it worked.
But you know what?
And it was just herbs, fruits, vegetables, and to think that we have lovely medicinal fruits and
Medicinal
things and foods,
plants.
yes, in Africa, in Nigeria, and we sometimes ignore them. We'll do that in
Remember,
another episode. I'll tell you.
let me even give a snippet. Remember the period of going on garlic
Yeah.
247. As in the morning, I'll take garlic. I remember we started with a fruit fast. Fruit fast with pineapple and garlic. Come on, in 1 week, I was prim and proper.
Feeling cool.
And that was the
Like connected to
first
divinity.
time that I went to go and check my BP again and found that the BP had gone down. That was
Because
now in the
he will
management
have
process.
he will have a serious headache and migraine every time. His eye will be so red.
Red.
You know, he'll wake up with this headache. He will sleep with it. It was so bad. And then he couldn't sleep well. He's breathing. Most time when he's sleeping, we have to be watching him to know whether he's still alive.
Oh, that one I almost slept
Guys.
out. My children
Guys,
kept
that
waking
was-
me back then before I even remarried.
Before I even remarried, they were already in that ordeal.
Yeah, at night
They will come and wait.
They will stay in the parlor and they will hear me snore. My son said he will come and sit by the bed, and sometimes I will breathe and it will be as if my breath has ceased. He will wake me up.
They're not going to wake him up to be sure that he's alive. They lived with that fear of, I think our father might go anytime. And I think that was what was failing them to say, we want another mommy, so that at least somebody to help you, because they know that they were just children. His snoring was out of this world. I'm not even kidding you guys. He will sleep here. You'll be hearing. Everybody will know that he's sleeping. And for me, that's dangerous. That's even a security risk too. Somebody know when you're sleeping and when you're awake. But anyway, that was the reality, guys. And when I came, it was also like that, and I had to keep working. I had to use food, natural food.
Let me tell you, because this one, a lot of people do it. I know at that point, after the loss, I know through that period of going through preparations for burial, I did not take any alcohol. But the night before the burial, when we were carrying the caskets to the mortuary and all those things, and all the people who came with me to come and help us carry the corpse back to where we'll bury her. After everything, we did that thing. I went back into the house and brought out mattresses. Everybody lay down. In fact, myself too, I had to lie down in the midst of every other person. You know what? One of the guys told me, I said, Master, you need to take more thing to calm you down. I know how you feel. I told you, no problem. They drank. And I had a lot of drinks for the people whom I know would drink, even though that was a morning period. But I know the people who were working with me, they were stressed out, and after everything, they will need to. In fact, I gave them money for them to sort out some things. But after the burial, do you know what happened to me? I was weak, as in that was the beginning of my pain. That night of burial, that was the most painful. All the other one, it was like I had a problem and I was trying to solve it. So the energy I was exerting trying to solve the problem was now becoming the pain. But after the burial, it was like, this problem has magnified because everybody left. I was all alone. Loneliness set in. Everybody went back to their own,
their own lives. Yeah.
Come on, the pain
and
increased.
that's life for you.
When it increased, you know what I did? I said, no, I can't take this. When I was refurbishing my house, I built a wine cellar, where I display my drinks, and that cellar could contain over 24 drinks. It's still there, but I think we no longer put wine there. I was buying hot drinks, whiskey, in particular, I know Red Label was there, Saint Remy was there, Hennessy was there, and red wine, all those things were put in there. But do you know what? I'll tell you that the way I was drinking this, I was drinking it like water. I'll take Red Label, open it, one bottle, and drop it.
And the consequences were there.
Yeah, the consequences were those.
He nearly lost his life along all of those times, driving and living that kind of.
I remember
taking alcohol.
when I'll be taking the children to travel back to Port Harcourt to see my in-laws. I will sleep
The
on the
children,
steering.
the children tell me that story till now.
Ha.
Like they will be like, Daddy, you know when you're driving with your father, but they're standing up and trying to hit him so that he can be alert. And sometimes he will swerve and almost hit a car, and the car will be busy, and they will keep driving, and they're just holding their life in their hand. Just Daddy is sleeping off, and they are traveling on the highway.
With top
They
speed.
tell me those they still tell me those stories till now. And the days he said he drove into town, like something happened, like he just found himself sleep off on the stand or something funny like that. So many incidences. Alcohol is bad for you.
And I must say now,
And it's not a grief. It does not help grief.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I must tell you, because I see a lot of people just carry it,
Yeah, they say, let
and
them
from
forget
there,
their sorrow. It doesn't help
from
forget
there,
any
from
sorrow.
there they turn to drunk. So
Yeah.
But for me, I'm just happy that there is something that God preserved me for.
I'm telling
Because if it is drink, I drank. You understand?
Trying to manage pain with alcohol.
Trying to manage pain with alcohol is a no. Do not manage pain with alcohol.
At all.
Now, specifically in this video that you are going to watch next, which is the next video. In the next video, I'm going to tell you specific things you're going to do to manage your pain. Specific things. Thank you for watching us.
Thank you for loving our stories.
You.
Bye. See you in the next video.